Listen to this video, because art sucks now, and it's gonna suck a lot more now that David Lynch died.
It's daydreams that I love, and sinking down, sitting comfortably in a chair, where you might be controlling some of the thoughts and directing yourself here or there, but at a certain point, the dream takes over, and you enter in a place where things are unraveling before you without your intervention. And many things can present themselves that way, and sometimes ideas that you fall in love with.
He was the physical embodiment to follow your dreams. And not following your dreams in the literal sense of quitting everything to become a graphic designer, but to listen to your subconscious mind. This video is for the TikTok generation that never saw Blue Velvet, Twin Peaks, Mulholland Drive, or Eraserhead. For the ones that didn't go to a brooding film school to smoke cigarettes and learn how to make a title screen exactly like this. For the ones that understand that we're all connected in some metaphysical sense. Whenever somebody shows interest in film, I show them David Lynch because he is the embodiment of finding your pure, authentic self. That art in its purest form is not about a political message, but about capturing an idea to its truest sense. Although he looked like an artist with the wacky hair and the cigarettes, he didn't try. There was no other artist able to explain how to capture an idea like you're fishing in the non-physical realm and make it physical. And he never made it sound more extravagant than it is. He would describe it as not looking at the donut hole, but the donut.
We don't do anything without an idea. So they're beautiful gifts. Desiring an idea is like a bait on a hook.
Yeah.
It can pull them in. If you catch an idea that you love, that's a beautiful, beautiful day. And you write that idea down so you won't forget it. And more come in, and pretty soon you might have a script.
Many artists will describe creation as capturing an emotion like pain and translating it for the world to see. So oftentimes people find themselves in this ridiculous trap where they attempt to use their depression to make something great. They believe that in order to depict emotion, they must be an emotional person. This is how we find ridiculous tragedies like Basquiat overdosing at 27 or Vincent van Gogh slicing his ear off. But David Lynch was the one who said you don't need to be in a state of pain to create. A truly depressed person is not capable of even getting out of bed. Ideas are not found in a place of misery, but in some state of introspection that we all have, somewhere between unconscious and conscious. Capturing and translating these ideas are not reserved for the talented, but instead for those who are able to understand their minds better. This is a place that we all go to. Some people access it through prayer. David Lynch accessed it through meditation. But the purest form is through following your dreams, because that's the one place where we lose control completely. What separates a David Lynch from those pushing a preachy political message is the honesty. The purest form of expression is something every human can relate to because we can't control it.
Like fish, no chef ever takes credit for making the fish. It's just preparing the fish. So you get an idea, and it is like a seed. In your mind, the idea is seen and felt, and it explodes like it's got electricity and light connected to it. It has all the images and the feeling, and it's like in an instant you know the idea.
David Lynch is probably most well known for Twin Peaks, a television show that brought cinematography into people's homes at every night. But I would start with this most accessible film, Blue Velvet, a depiction of Americana. The white picket fence in beautiful suburbia with fire trucks and ice cream cones, but underneath the surface, there's a bubbling sense of evil capitalism that we all know and can't describe perfectly. Blue Velvet captures how with light there's always dark. The beautiful Norman Rockwell painting, a American family sharing Thanksgiving dinner by the fireplace, and all the disgusting bubbling evil beneath the surface that goes with it. It's not a commentary on the evils of American capitalism, but instead how we cannot show anything beautiful without an equally amount of disgusting. Then I would watch Mulholland Drive, what was supposed to be a television show that he scrapped and turned into a feature film that will never be accurately described by anybody, including David Lynch. This is a film I'm sure that he would never even be able to make sense of, but if you ever analyzed your dreams, something would click. If Mulholland Drive is a dream sequence visualized, then maybe that's exactly what cinema should be. All of it is artificial, and it's trying to recreate what we have already seen through introspection. And although no piece of art will ever be able to recreate what we see when we're not awake, This is the closest I've ever seen to it. Then I would watch his first film, Eraserhead, which he describes as his most spiritual film. If you go into this movie first, you might never watch another David Lynch because it is by far the weirdest and ugliest thing he's ever produced. It's disgusting, it's off-putting, it's visually appalling, but for some reason you can't take your eyes away if you truly respect what he's doing. Once you watch Eraserhead, you could watch any film student or any director's first short film and understand why it's so terrible and what they were trying to do. Once you earn those stripes, I think you deserve the ability to watch Twin Peaks in its entirety, something that I can undeniably feel the influence of Stanley Kubrick in, but is one of the best examples of somebody's inner workings of their mind captured on camera. Not only does Twin Peaks have one of the best soundtracks of all time, but if you ever wanted to see an artist vomit their entire brain on camera, that's that television show. If you're not American and you ever flew on a plane from New York City to LA, looking out the window at all the cornfields wondering, who lives here? That's Twin Peaks. A common theme I found throughout David Lynch's work is none of the ideas make sense until they're actually visualized. And when someone else attempts to match that ambition, it comes off actually nonsensical. It works for David Lynch because it's honest with himself. On paper, this guy does not describe an interesting artist. He did not have a tragic upbringing and came up in nowhere America. On a global scale, many people could look at his life and describe him as a boring, average guy. But the reason he's so captivating is because of his honesty. And people often mistake honesty for oversharing the most benign aspects of their life that are boring to anybody except a paid therapist. Without David Lynch, we wouldn't understand that honesty only comes through introspection. Creativity is not exclusive to those who are naturally gifted, but to those who are able to capture ideas in a place of our brains that we all have access to. It's starting to snow a lot. It looks kind of nice, doesn't it? I'm gonna miss David Lynch. I never met him, but through his work, we feel like we knew him.